Do you want to know on how to play Pokemon Legends ZA in 60 FPS or in 4K resolution, running better than the Nintendo Switch 2 version into your PC easily? Then this is the guide that you need to watch today because I'm going to teach you everything you need to get started. So first of all, what you need is that you need to have a copy of the files that I've highlighted here in my folder. These are the dynamic 60 FPS mod for the for the Pokemon Legends ZA game. You also need the firmware file version of the Switch and the keys file of the Switch. It should be in version 20 in order for it to detect and play Pokemon Legends ZA. And the game should be in XCI or NSP file format. It's a 4GB file size game. It's really small. So Ryubing Emulator is the emulator that we'll need to install into our PC. But before you follow this guide, I need you to agree first that you have already purchased and owned a physical copy of Pokemon Legends ZA into your Switch. So be sure that you own the game, you have purchased the game either in digital or physical. So once you own the game, you can proceed in following this guide because we do not support piracy here. Own the game, dump your game into a digital file format that you own. Now, go to Google and just look for Ryubing Emulator. That's the thing you need to search. So hit search and then go to their official GitHub page, click Ryubing GitHub page and scroll down, look for latest build and just click on you can find the stable release here button. So just go here and you can get the installer for Ryubing Emulator. So the installer for Linux 64 is here, download that. For Mac, you can also get it here, and if you are from Windows, be sure to get this one here, click on it and download it now. So since I have this file already into my PC, I'm just gonna skip on that. So I'm just gonna minimize this and going ahead to open that file. So we have it here. So if you have downloaded it, click it, double click it, and then just drag and drop this folder here which says publish, because this is the emulator. You can drag this and copy this file to which drive you want to install it. Okay, so be sure to do that. And then just change this into, how about change this to Ryubing Emulator or Ryubing Emulator. This is basically the fork of the Ryubing Emulator which was taken down by Nintendo. Hit enter and open the folder. And then just look for the application file because this is the file that you need to run in order for the emulator to run. So do that, click on it, run it now. So I'm just going to delete the folder because I have already installed mine and I have optimized mine. So I'm just gonna go open Ryubing Emulator now. So if this is your first installation of your Ryubing Emulator, will not be able to play Switch games yet because we will need to install some files in it to play Switch games. So the files that we need are these files here, the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. Again, it should be in version 20 in order for it to run Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, if you're asking me how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a physical copy of the game. You own it, you have purchased it, and also to get the keys and firmware, you should own the Nintendo Switch console, obviously, because you cannot play the physical copy of the game without it. So, since you don't want to get the latest Nintendo Switch 2 console, you want to play it much better than Nintendo Switch console, then be sure to own this, the console, the old version of the console, and then just install a custom firmware in it. Because if you have installed a custom firmware into your Nintendo Switch, then you have now full access of your Nintendo Switch files. And once you have access on those, then all you have to do is just copy all of the keys and the firmware file of the Switch and transfer them into your PC, just like mine here, and it's in zip file format. And again, own the game, digitally back it up. Dump your game, your very own game, into an NSP or XCF file format. Now, for those who don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware into your Nintendo Switch, I need you to agree first that you own the console itself and that you own a physical copy of Pokemon Legends ZA. So, if you agree to that and that you have these files, the console and the game itself, then just scan this QR code here with your QR code reader in the screen so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get all of these free files. 4 files. I have not included the mod, but you'll get the files there. Just be sure to follow the instructions on the site to get all of the files. So once you have downloaded the files, transfer them into your PC if you downloaded them via your mobile phone. and I'm just going to assume that you have the files now. So let's go and open Ryubing again and install this. So just open the keys zip file first, open the folder inside, and then go to Actions, Install Keys, Install Keys, locate Keys folder, do that, and then just drag and drop these files into this folder here. This first installation, then this is the file where it needs to go. Just click on the product keys first, click that, hit open, hit yes, then go back, hit OK and go back to Actions, Install Keys, and then locate the title keys, and that's the next file that we need to open. Hit yes, hit OK, then we're done. Then the next step is to install the firmware. Go to Actions again, install firmware from XZI or zip file. Locate on that firmware file, it should be version 20.5.0. Click on that, hit open, hit yes, and it'll say that we have successfully installed it. You will know that it's successful because right down here below it says version 20.5.0 of the firmware. And also, if you have some Switch games already into your system, it will now be detected and it will show you their game icons. As you can see, I have Pokemon Legends ZA. I have played an hour of it, 4 gigabytes of file, and it's in its base version because if you install the day 1 patch of this game, Ryubing will not be able to play this game and the game will crash, so we are not using that. And also, I have already installed the 60 FPS mod for this game. So to install the mod, all you have to do is just hover into the icon of the game, right click on it, and just look for the Manage Mods section here. Click on that, and then as you can see here, I have dynamic 60 FPS. So to install this is just click on Add, just create a new folder, name it Mods, open that, and then as I have said, when you follow the QR code, you will get 4 files that includes the mod. So just open that and then just drag and drop this file into this mods folder here so that you have the mods. Once done, just select on it and select the folder. I'm just gonna close this because I've done that already, and it will select it and hit save. And that's how you install the 60 FPS mod for Pokemon Legends ZA. Now the next step is that we will need to optimize Ryubing Emulator so that it will fix the issue in the game wherein when you enter the Lumiose City, when you go to the Lumiose City and in the cinematic scene, this it will crash the game and it will not progress the game because of that. So we will need to change some settings. So to do this, just go to Options and go to Settings. And in this part, I need you to follow all the steps, the settings that I've set here. So just pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. So in the game directories, this is subjective. It could be anywhere into PC as long as you know where they are. It should be in XCI or NSP file format. Now go to Input, connect your controller here. Better use your Xbox, PlayStation, PC controller, or Nintendo Switch Pro controller here. Map them up according to your liking, but the dead zone for both left and right sticks, you should change those into 0.20. Because if your controller is now drifting, then you need to change this. Now in the range, you should change this into 2. Okay, and then go to System, then you can change to Language and Region to your region and language. But in the VSync settings, we need to change to Switch and check the FS integrity checks. DRAM size, it should be in 8 gigabytes before. It should be just enough with 4 gigabytes, but for this game, it needs 8 gigabytes, so be sure to change that. And once done, go to CPU. Also, we will need to uncheck the PPTC before, because before we need to check this in order to run all other of the Switch games, but for this game, you will need to uncheck this. Now, copy everything here. Now go to graphics. So graphics backend is in Vulkan API. The preferred GPU is that you have a dedicated graphics card, at least a GTX 1060. You will play all of the Nintendo Switch games with that graphics card. It's really old now, and I think that you have a better graphics card at this year. So features and enhancement, graphics backend multi-threading should be on. Features and enhancements, you should enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale, it should be in 2 times resolution so that the game will look much sharper and much more beautiful than the native resolution of the Switch. But if you're having some issues with that, then just change this back to native, because if you have a lower end of the CPU, then you might be having some issues in running the game. And also, if you have a powerful CPU like mine, you can also go for 4K resolution or 8K resolution. Now for anti-aliasing, set to SMA Ultra, set to max, but if you're having some issues, changes to none. In scaling filter, FSR, set to 100%, and if you're having some issues, changes to bilinear. Isotropic filtering, it's in 16 times, but if you're having some issues, changes to auto and in 2 times or 2 times. In aspect ratio, this is subjective to your monitor ratio, so change this to your monitor's ratio. And once you're done, go to audio. So these are the settings that you need to change. Be sure to cut that. Everything else is set to default, so I'm just not gonna go to the hotkeys networks logging and debug because it's just set to default settings. Once you're done, apply. Okay. Congratulations, your Pokemon Legends ZA is now fully optimized to run any game into your PC in 60 FPS or 4K resolution. So a little bit of a disclaimer, I'll not be able to show you a gameplay of this game running into my PC because we all know how strict Nintendo is, and they do not support this kind of content if I show you the gameplay of it running into my PC easily, because it is much better than the Nintendo Switch 2 version, actually. So I am willing to compromise a little bit, and I'll show you some boot up in the title screen of Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm just gonna blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to hit me with any of their copyright strike claims into my channel. Again, I'm just gonna blur the screen here, so please do understand on that part. I don't want my channel to be down there. And also, since the screen is blurred here, I'm just gonna look my mouse clicker here. You can see it's running in 60 FPS, and that you can see that the mod is properly working and no issues. So as long as you have followed all steps that I've showed you in this guide, guys, you'll be able to play Pokemon Legends ZA easily into your PC in 60 FPS and 4K resolution easily. If you have some questions regarding the installation process of this game, then just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. So if this video tutorial is informative, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because that will help me out massively. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.